Hello and welcome to the Manifestation Masterclass. We are talking today about awakening your abundance archetype. So, this is for those of you who have taken the Wealthy Workshop called Decoding Your Abundance Archetype. I am going to go over the archetypes just so you can have like a little bit of a refresher and understand what they all mean. But it's really about taking that knowledge and really connecting to whichever one of the archetypes resonated with you and taking that to the next step to awakening the archetype. So, before we get into it, I just wanted to share a little bit about the fact that I'm just so happy to hear that so many of you really connected to the abundance archetypes. These are something that I was able to really decipher after working with so many different female entrepreneurs and just seeing this very clear pattern of things that were happening within their life, within their work, within their business. And I just kept seeing it over and over and over again. And so that's how I was able to come up with these archetypes. There are 5 archetypes that I've been able to see. And one of the most beautiful things about it is the fact that we definitely 100% are shifting into the feminine, into more female entrepreneurs stepping up as leaders within our business. And that is what is coming through so much with the archetypes. And one of the things that has come up over and over again as I work with female entrepreneurs is, you have this calling, you want to start an online business. A lot of the clients I work with, the majority of them are course creators, and they want to be course creators and coaches, online coaches. Is they feel like, okay, I have this really beautiful idea, I have this calling, I've started my business, but maybe it's not really taking off, it's kind of coasting along. Maybe you've had some success here and there, you've had some one-on-one clients, but it's not really at the level that you want it to be at. And so that's really where the abundance archetypes came through for me, was to helping you to see, okay, what are my gifts really, and how can I use that to create my money making ideas, because with the online space, for those of you who are coaches and course creators, that there's so many strategies out there. There's so many ways to do business, and they all work. They really all do work. But it's really about finding the strategy that really works for you. And this is where so many of us struggle as female entrepreneurs, is because we're trying to manifest in a way that is not in alignment with us. And so this is 100% for you. If you're someone who's ever said, I'm trying to manifest more money, I'm trying to manifest more clients, I'm trying to really make my offer take off in the marketplace, but it's just not working. And a lot of times what I'm seeing is is because we're working against our natural ways of doing things, the ways that are really our strengths, and we're trying to do it based on someone else's strengths. And that can maybe get us, so far for a little while. Maybe you were able to create a course or an offer using these strategies, but it's not going to be successful long term because it's not your way of doing things. And so that's really what the abundance archetypes were all about. It's about helping you to see what is your natural way of doing things. And so I do want to go over them kind of briefly. Like I said, this is a next level to those of you who took the decoding your abundance archetypes. So you should kind of already have an idea of what the archetypes are, but I do want to go over them for those of you who maybe are popping in a little new or you're not really sure, just so you have a little bit of an idea. And I came up with these kind of like brief taglines as I was going through them of really the best way for you to make money if this is your archetype. And so the first archetype is the sacred wealth creator. And the tagline I kind of came up for this one was inspiration into physical products or physical ideas, physical creations, because this archetype really does connect to those of you who are most likely artists. And I think we all are artists and have this creative spirit within us, but some of us, this is definitely our leader. And so you're meant to take that inspiration that you're getting and bring that to life into physical form. And that's how you're meant to make an income. And so many times I see artists that they know that they're artists, but they're trying to make money in all these other ways because of the stigma around the starving artist and the fact that you can't make money off of your creations. But if this is your main archetype, then this is definitely the way that you're meant to lead. And I want to say, as I go through these archetypes, I am going to emphasize the ones that I seem to attract the most because I am a coach and a course creator, and the ones that I see most like more often in this space. And this one is definitely one that I don't see as much, but it's not like you can't use all of these archetypes within your life, within your work, because it's really about really honing in on what is your main archetype, but then you can strengthen all of them. And so the second archetype is the mindful money manifester. And this is for those of you who are really meant to take your ideas and create them into digital products, offers, and services. A lot of you are coaches. This is my main archetype. This is the second most popular archetype that I see. And it was just so much confirmation for those of you who took the Wealthy Workshop. A lot of you reached out to me and told me that this was your archetype. And so this is for those of you who are really feeling called to teach and speak what you know. But what happens a lot of times with this archetype in particular is we have so many ideas, we don't know which one to bring to life. And we often feel like our ideas, we second guess our ideas. We say, like, maybe I'm sorry, our ideas are not good enough, but they are good enough. And that's the way you're meant to bring income. So for this one, I said, ideas into income. That's really your path to bringing money to you. And a lot of times we're sitting on our ideas, we're thinking about them, or maybe we've launched an idea, we've launched an offer, and it didn't really take off because we were trying to attract people in a way that wasn't in alignment with our strengths, which I'm going to get into a little bit later. But that is definitely the way that you're meant to lead. And then the next archetype that I see is the heart centered attractor. And so these are people who are meant to take their calling and turn it into a charity. A lot of times these people they want to start nonprofit businesses. Again, you can definitely be a heart centered attractor in the online space. I think a lot of us are definitely drawn to coaching because we are leading with our heart. We want to create heart centered businesses. But more often than not, with this archetype, I definitely see people who are more in, I would say, the community space. They want to get on the ground floor and work kind of face to face with people versus being more online. And a lot of us, this might be a sub archetype. We might have a main archetype that's maybe the mindful money manifester, and then we have a sub archetype as the heart centered attractor. And you can definitely use both of these archetypes together. They all do work together, but like I said before, it's really important for you to know which one you should lead with. And so the next archetype is by far the one that I see the least, but this is the one that is taught by manifestation teachers the most. And this is the magnetic money manifester. And the tagline that came up for this one was charisma into cash, because these are the people that they're getting on live, they're doing a lot of video, and they're just able to sell really easily and seamlessly. And you might hear a lot of coaches say, people buy from me because they're just drawn to my energy or my vibe. And like I said, this is the way that's really taught the most in the manifestation circle. And yes, we all are magnetic. We all do have energy that is attracting or repelling different things to us. But the thing about it is, a lot of times, especially if, like I said earlier, you're the mindful money manifester, you might be like forcing yourself to really be on and really attract in this way when it's really not your natural way of doing things. This might be your second way, or maybe just a way that you aspire to strengthen. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the Wealthy Workshop, but I just want to say that the reason why I really became aware that this was an archetype was because I have a friend, and this is her main archetype, and she has an online business as well. And I can just see the way that she does things and runs her business and how it's so different from me and how I run my business, because I am leading with my ideas. I'm a mindful money manifester, and she is really leading just like with herself and her charisma. And it's not that we both can't, do one or the other. It's not like I can't attract that way and she can't attract the way that I attract, but it's about knowing which way to lead your business. And so the last archetype, which I'm so excited about this because so many of you reached out to me. And again, it was just confirmation that this is just a pattern that is really just so strong within female entrepreneurs. And that is the wealthy leader. So by far, this is the most prominent archetype that I see within female entrepreneurs. And I just think that it's such this beautiful confirmation of where we're going, especially in the online coaching space, that we need more women to lead and we need more women to really rise up and to go first. And so that really is the wealthy leader. You're meant to be more the innovator. You're meant to be more the person that's creating a movement. And so the tagline I came up for this was movement into money. So you might have a movement around saying, hey, you're a mom. Well, you can also create a really powerful business. That's your movement. And you're showing people what that looks like. Or you might say, hey, you were in the corporate space and now you're starting a business. You're meant to do that. You're meant to share that experience and really help other people that want to make that transition go along with you. You're meant to lead that. So whatever your movement is, that is very much where entrepreneurship is going when it comes to female leaders in the space. And so the thing about it is once you know your archetype, it's now really vital for you to take the action to awaken it. And you awaken it by not just using the information to kind of spiral and think about, okay, what should I do, but to actually start testing the waters. And so, like I said earlier, you know, you can really take your archetype and lead with it, but you can strengthen all five of them. And in the coaching space, by far, the top three archetypes that are going to be really powerful for you to use are going to be the mindful money manifester, creating and speaking what you know, teaching what you know, providing a transformation for people through your experience. And then we just have to face it, being online, it is really about your energy and being magnetic. So that is going to be an aspect of it. And then you can really create a movement within your teaching, within your transformation, so that people do see you as a teacher. Yes, they can learn from you, but then also a leader. And so it's really about acknowledging which one of these is your main archetype so you know how to really run your business in a way that makes sense for you. Because what is happening, like I said earlier, is that we are very much being called into all these different strategies in the online space, and in a way we're almost like spiraling because we don't know which one is working for us. And so it's really important for you to know if you're meant to lead by teaching, if you're meant to lead by creating a movement, or if you're meant to lead by just being yourself and getting on live, and which one is more of a challenge area so that you can strengthen it. And then the last two archetypes that I started with, the heart-centered attractor and the sacred wealth generator, those ones, even though I don't see those as much in the people that I work with directly, you might see those as sub archetypes, and you can definitely use those within your business to help you connect into internally what it is you want to share, and to make sure that your work is very much heart centered. And so that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today, is really I want you to connect into which one of these archetypes did you connect with in the first wealthy workshop, and then now how can you take that to elevate you to the next level. So looking within the offers and the services that you created right now, how are you leading? Are you leading? Are you truly leading with your archetype that is your main archetype? Or have you been forcing yourself to do it in a different way? And that's really where we start off. We have to acknowledge how we've been doing business in a way that might not be in direct relation to our strengths so that we can shift it. And if you've been running your business, for a couple months, a couple years, and things are not taking off, then I'm here to tell you that it's most likely because you're trying to force yourself to do business in a way that just does not speak to you internally. And that's why it's not working. And so, for example, if you've been trying to be more of that magnetic money manifester and you see everyone talking about manifestation, it's supposed to be working with the energy and getting on live video, maybe, or doing video, but you're forcing yourself to do it, it's time to stop doing that. Because forcing yourself to do something, a strategy that yes, it does work, and it's something that you've maybe seen a lot of other people get success with. It's not going to work for you because it's not your main way to lead. And so, as someone who is a mindful money manifester, I'm here to tell you, if this is your archetype as well, because I know a lot of you that you resonate with this, you need to lead with teaching through your words and even speaking your voice, not necessarily through video. You can do video, but you have to feel 100% lit up and aligned by being on video. I'm on video because I've been practicing being on video, and I wanted to do this workshop not because other people are telling me I should get on video, but because I really felt called to get on the video and to share this with you. And you have to do it from that space. And so, if you're not there yet, because that's not the way you're meant to lead, then that's fine. Lead with your words, lead with doing written sales pages, lead with doing, I see this a lot on Instagram because Reels is such a big thing where everyone's like, you have to do Reels, you have to do Reels, you have to do Reels. And yes, Reels work. We all know that it works. But I still personally read static posts with text. I still follow people that do really long, like blog type posts on their Instagram static posts. Like, I'm still drawn to that. And I think a lot of that is because I am a mindful money manifester. And if that resonates with you as well, start creating like that on Instagram, even though everyone's like, create reels, because that is your path of least resistance within doing your business. And it is going to work for you because that is the way that you're meant to really share your message. And yes, you can add the reels on, and you can add the video, and you can get on live and do all these things, but you have to first lead with the way that you're really meant to do it and kind of build on that. Like, yes, you can strengthen yourself more to be a magnetic money manifester and to lead with your charisma and your personality and your energy. But if you're not there yet, but you're trying to lead yourself that way, that's why it's not working. And then the same thing with the leader. So, what's happening a lot with the leader, because this is the main archetype that I see, and let me know if this is you, if you're the leader, you don't necessarily feel like the leader. Like, that it's your strength. Maybe people come to you to be the leader within their life, and you feel like you always have to be on. And so you find yourself shutting off, and you're not really truly being the leader within your life, within your work, within your business. And maybe you're trying to lead in a different way that's just not lighting you up. And if you are the leader, which there's a high percentage that you are, because like I said, that's the one that I see the most, it is time for you to really connect in with what is that thing that you want to lead others with. And a lot of times it's something that, it's two ways. It's either it's so obvious and natural to you that you don't really feel like that's it, or it's something that you're kind of holding back, or you're afraid to share and teach about. Like, for example, with the abundant archetypes, this is something that I've noticed this pattern for a couple years. I started really seeing this, I would say, in 2020, but I've just started really talking about this the end of last year coming into this year. And it wasn't necessarily that I was afraid to talk about it, but I was kind of like, well, I've been teaching about other things, and this wasn't like my main area of focus within my business. And so I kind of kept hesitating and holding myself back from sharing it. And I could have started talking about it a long time ago, and I didn't. I hesitated and I hesitated. So, and now that I'm sharing it, it's like so many people are telling me that they resonate with it and they connect with it, and it's so powerful. And just the messages I'm receiving, it's just like, wow, I could have been talking about this whole time. But I do definitely believe in divine timing. I do believe that it came out the way that it was supposed to be. Are in an 8 year 2024 as a year to really manifest money, wealth, and abundance. So I feel like it came out the way that it was supposed to. But getting back to you as the leader, is there something that you're hesitating to lead others with? Is there something that you've been doing in your life that maybe you kind of feel like, I should be talking about this, but I'm not? That's probably the thing. And again, we can dive deeper into this, but it's probably the thing that you're supposed to lead with, because as the leader, you're meant to start a movement. You're meant to go first. And a lot of times that can feel kind of scary. It can feel like, you can question it, like, who am I to go first? But if you have the idea, if you're connected into this thing that maybe other people around you need to know about and they're not doing, then that probably is your thing. And then with the magnetic money manifester, this is the rarest archetype that I see, but the one that we're all really being pushed to really lead with. And the thing about it is, we really have to check in with our energy if this is not our main archetype. And one of the most beautiful ways to strengthen this archetype is through breath work, which I'm not a professional breath work facilitator, but it's something that I definitely do want to study in the future because it really is about breathing life into your money and your wealth and your abundance. Right now, if you feel kind of stagnant with the money coming in, or you feel like your offers are not taking off, it's like you have to breathe life into them. And that's really how you strengthen this archetype. If it's not your main archetype, it's like you almost have to visualize all the stuckness that you have. And I would invite you to do this right now. I'm just really feeling called to share this with you is look at your business right now where things don't feel like it's flowing, where the offers feel like they're just kind of there and they're not moving forward, where the clients don't feel like they're coming in, where the money is just maybe it's trickling in or it's coming in here and there, but it's not like coming in really as strongly as you want it to. I really want you to like think about breathing life into it. And again, I said I'm not a trained facilitator, but it's like you can visualize it. You can visualize more movement happening within your business. And this is really the magnetic money manifestor. They're moving, they're flowing, they're letting things come in. And that's why they do really good on video and they go live because it's like that energy is just flowing around. And so a lot of us, that is not our main archetype. And so things are just not, it's like they're standing still. Or if they are moving, especially if we're the mindful money manifestor, they might just kind of be going in a loop. They might just be kind of going around and there's this energy going, but it's not like expanding out. It's not attracting people in. It's just kind of like staying within our mind. And we want to get out of that. So really think about your business as this moving force. Your offers have life and energy in them that people are going to learn from and then expand out. If you're a leader, your movement has life and energy to it that people are going to really be drawn to. And then they're going to go off and maybe create their own movements or, teach others based on the things that they're learning from you. So it's a lot of movement happening. When you're thinking about creating your money making ideas, really manifesting, there's things happening. We're taking action, we're moving through it. We're not just sitting there and kind of struggling and thinking about in our own mind why things aren't working. We're moving forward. And so that really leads me to a way that I want to help you take action on this information because it's really amazing to know what your archetype is, but it's another thing to actually take your archetype and do something with it. And so I'm really excited to share with you new that I've created. And for those of you who are watching this masterclass, you will be the founding members of this archetype workshop that I'm sorry, it's not a workshop. It's a academy. I'm going to turn on the light just so it's a little bit better. Oh, maybe the lights are not coming on. But it's an academy. So we are going to work together to really co-create your archetypes into beautiful offers and services. And so I'm calling it the Abundance Archetype Academy. And it's really all about connecting into what is your main archetype. And then we're going to strengthen the top three is going to be a really big focus because, like I said, the mindful money manifester, the wealthy leader, the most popular I see, and then the magnetic money manifestor, while it's not the most popular one I see in people, it's the one that people usually want to be their strength, even though it's not. So we're going to really focus on these three within the academy. And it's really about first taking your ideas, really focusing on the fact that you are a mindful money manifestor. And we're going to take your teachings and create a transformation with it. And then we're going to use that to create what I like to call your abundant offer, something that other people can really learn and understand and really implement within their life, within their work. And then you're going to create a movement with it. And again, even if you're not the wealthy leader as your main archetype, this is something that female entrepreneurs are really being drawn to. So this could maybe even be a sub archetype for you if it's not a main one. It might be somewhere within your archetype structure, because usually what I see is the majority of us, we have one main archetype, and then we either have one or two sub archetypes. But like I said, you can strengthen all five of them. And so we're going to take your transformation, take your offer, and create a movement so that we can bring other people along with you. And this is all part of the academy that I'm sharing with you today. You're the first to hear about it. And so if you've gone through the Wealthy workshop, you've connected to your archetype, and now you feel called to do something with it, this is the way that you can do something with it. So I'm going to have a link down below for you to connect further with me so we can talk about it and really help you connect into how you can use this within your business. So this is really for those of you who already have a business or a side hustle, and it's just not, there's no movement happening, or there's not a lot of movement happening. This academy is meant to help you really activate. So we decoded your abundance archetype in the Wealthy workshop. We're awakening it by really connecting into how can you now use this information to do something with it. And then in the academy, we're really activating it so that you can create your abundant offer, you can create your movement, and you can really have your business take off by infusing more energy and movement into it. And so I'd really invite you to connect in with me so that we can talk about where you are right now in your business. I want to make sure this is a really beautiful, amazing fit for you, and really connect into, even if it's not the right fit, how you can move forward with this. Because even if you're in an earlier stage within your business, or maybe if you're in the idea stage in your business, it's still going to be really, really powerful for you to use these abundance archetypes to help you move further along within your business. And so, like I said, if this is really speaking to you, if you are feeling called to really breathe more life into your business and to start attracting more money, wealth, and abundance into your business, that I would invite you to connect in, because this is the year 2024 is such a powerful year. And especially for female entrepreneurs who are feeling called to teach, speak, and lead and really create powerful movements, like this is for you. And so I would love to connect with you. I'd love to talk to you and just really hear some of the takeaways that you've had from the archetypes, learning about the archetypes so far. Like I said, I'm just so happy that so many of you really resonated with this so much. And as someone who is the mindful money manifester, who was really feeling called to lead in this way, to go first in this way, it's really just this confirmation that there's so many of us as women that this is what we're meant to do. We're meant to really take our ideas, breathe life and energy into them, and go first and lead, and there's people around you that need what you have to say. And if they're not connecting in with you right now, that's okay. That's what the Abundance Archetype Academy is for. It's to help you connect in with the people around you that really need you to lead them and to speak life into to them and to teach them and to really be magnetized by your message. And so I would love to talk to you. Be sure that you book a call with me and share this with someone. Share this with another entrepreneur that you think could really benefit from it. Like I said, this is going to be a co-creative process. You're going to be a founding student within this academy, and so I want to make sure that it's for those of you who are really feeling like it is your time, like 2024 is your year, and it just hasn't been, maybe like I said, taking off the way that you've envisioned it to. And so you and anyone else that you know that could also benefit, like I said, I'd love to connect in with you. Let me know any takeaways you have from this masterclass, any questions that you have, anything that you'd like to share. And I look forward to connecting with you.